Hello and welcome to Phantom Forces Weapons Spotlight, a series where I give a more subdued and informative look on the weapons of Phantom Forces. In this episode, I'll be covering the KAC SRR. The KAC SRR is a silenced revolver rifle, that's what the SRR stands for, unlocked at rank 125. It deals 59 damage up to 60 studs and falls off to 42 damage by 150 studs. It fires at 400 RPM with a 1.25 times body multiplier and a 2.5 times head multiplier. The muzzle velocity is 1500 studs per second, and the penetration depth is 1 stud. Here is the shots to kill table. It has around medium recoil with 6 rounds in the cylinder with 60 rounds in reserve of a special .30 caliber round. And the reload speed is uniform at 3.4 seconds, and the walk speed is 14 with 20 aim speed. The KAC SRR excels at medium range and long range, but using it at long range takes a little bit of getting used to. Since the shots to kill are uniform at all ranges, the SRR is actually pretty flexible at where you can use it, but I prefer medium range. This is because in medium range you have a bit of room for error if you miss, and you're also not as affected by the slow muzzle velocity. It can work at close range, but this is very much not advised as you have very little room for error if you miss, and you just don't have enough fire rate to compete with most automatics or shotguns. And as I said earlier, it does sort of well at long range, but the caveat is that you really have to adjust for bullet drop. 1500 studs per second muzzle velocity is not ideal for long range, to say the least. As a bonus, it's also integrally suppressed, meaning that you don't appear on the minimap at all, making the SRR excellent for flanking. Overall though, I would actually have to give the KAC SRR a C tier. Don't get me wrong, the gun itself feels good, it's fun to use, and it's completely viable, but it especially suffers from the problems plaguing all revolver carbines, which are the very small mag size, or cylinder, and long reload times. In the grand scheme of things, the KAC SRR kind of gets outclassed by most DMRs and bolt actions and even by other revolver carbines. Don't be afraid to give the SRR a try though, you might like it. The SRR also doesn't have any notable conversions, so we'll move right on to attachments. The speed loader decreases your empty reload speed, but increases your non-empty reload speed. With this attachment, the non-empty reload speed is increased to 3.7 seconds, but the empty reload speed is drastically reduced to 2.5 seconds. I honestly can barely comment on this attachment. I personally don't use it, but I can see how it could be helpful in a pinch. Leave this attachment down to your personal preference. And that concludes this episode of Phantom Forces Weapons Spotlight. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.